Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wildermyth, where apparently I've just really dedicated myself to cleansing the countryside here, and I guess at some point we will follow Aeneas. It is possible that I've put us in a real bad state here by hanging out for long enough for the Poison Dragon card to get added to the Thrixl deck, the Thrixl stack, but it's not really a right now problem, because right now we're looking down the barrel of just a huge amount of Morthagi. Can we see what's the button that shows the cards? What do we got Morthagi wise? Okay, this isn't so bad. I'm not wild about the wardrobe. Watchmen have bonus health, Weldlings have armor up, sommeliers are tougher. Okay, I mean it's not that bad, really. And if we clear this, it'll wipe out this whole infestation, which will slow down the next incursion. It doesn't necessarily do a lot for us calamity-wise, but think of all the levels we'll have. We are absolutely going to get poisoned to death by dragons. It's all right. We got saves. We can go back to the start of any episode, really. So I guess for the moment, let's just assault the Seal of Cavernhinge. I know that we're not all at full health, but also I don't know that we have time to fall back to somewhere else and rest, or to rest at half speed. It's only strength 11. I'm sure it'll be no big deal, right? We're just gonna get in here. Ticking Tomb, is that what that? Okay, great. The Morthagi went this way. Everyone be on your guard. What a lovely city this must have been long ago. Do you ever wonder about the people who lived in these places so long ago? Again, her face is... Cherry brings her eyebrows down into a sort of angry/determined kind of thing when it's really inappropriate, and she does it a lot. I guess that's just how her face looks. She has resting, determined face. Did they walk these streets thinking the towers they built would stand forever? What were they like? What brought them sorrow? Were they a happy people? Did they fall to the Morthagi? If so, I bet that's what brought them sorrow. I mostly wonder if they left anything behind. Let's try to stay focused. Our foes are nearby. All I'm saying is, maybe it's not right of us to go stealing from the dead. I don't know. These were real people once. Yeah, all interesting thoughts, but maybe we should focus right now on the task at hand? Am I a grave robber? Linvier just now realizing. So, Yenfjord wants to be dismissive. Sinetta also kind of, but couching it as a matter of pragmatism. And Cherry thinks we should be respectful of the dead. Ooh, I have no idea what clicking on any of these buttons could do. These two probably could result in us getting a thing. I'm going to pick Sinetta's option, because this is not because I think any of these are in or out of character particularly, although Sinetta's is very much in her character, but because this is in character for me. Objects are just things. All I want to leave behind is a legacy for the deeds I did and the people I helped. But, Cherry, why is that the response you make? I will never understand. Holy shit. I will never understand what is going on in Cherry's head. Also, did they start me literally completely on top of all of the enemies? What on earth? Okay. Well, our our interfusion options are somewhat limited, but also the water spirit is just right here. So I'm assuming that if we just moved Yenfjord adjacent to it right now, it would enchant her her spear. All we'd have to do is move Sinetta back, or probably I don't really want to move anybody though. We're in such good positions, for the hardcore heroism pop. All right, let's figure this out. How do we actually want to do this? Because it's a lot of damage potential, but also we gotta do a really good job on this one. So I can interfuse. Oh, I do have a rock. Okay, cool. And I could just do, I could like interfuse rock, then interfuse the boiler, and then do a steel fire. She can't move if I do that, which lowers the value of interfusing the rock in the first place, but I do think that's how I want to do it. And then like Galadglin does not lose anything by moving. So we could have Galadglin move around. Like, we definitely want to do a backslab into a strike, right? But he has no ability to use his other action for anything, so moving first is fine. The thing is, I don't really know what kind of movement I would want. I guess moving him over here so that every attack that hits the wardrobe is a crit is probably, or is a flanking shot, is probably pretty wise. The wardrobe has so much armor that I don't know if we're really going to get much in the way of damage out of the backslam. Like, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the backslam would probably only do 2. And unfortunately, I cannot attack it first and then backslam it. I guess one thing I could do with my extra action instead of moving is engage and backslam and strike. But I think creating the flank on the wardrobe is pretty good. I mean, people are going to have a very high chance to hit it anyway, right? Yeah, it's probably just going to take 100. All right, never mind. We will, in fact, do an engage, but I think we can probably wait until pretty late in the turn on that. So what do we want to do first? First off, we definitely want to start with a Quelling Moss, right? There's absolutely no reason that we would not start with a Quelling Moss. We must not Quelling Moss the water spirit, or I will not be able to do the thing, because we know if we harm it in any way, it disappears. There's sadly no way for me to get all 4 of these enemies. And the Watchman apparently is resistant to poison, which I guess makes sense, because they shoot poison. They're a whole poison-themed dude. All right, you know what? Let's actually start with Sonetta. Sonetta's turn is very straightforward. There's absolutely no doubt about what we will do. We're just going to heroism. We're going to fire chicken. Plant a fire here. That's the thing that we will actually interfuse with Cheiri, because that way it'll do more damage to more people. And then we just chain lightning the hell out of all of these enemies. Starting with... Right, I cannot directly shoot the Watchman. I forgot that that was going to be an issue. Why do I only have a 45% chance to hit you? You're not representing any cover. Alright, I don't think Cherry's turn necessarily... let me swap your weapon here. Cherry's turn's not really reliant on anyone else, so let's start with her, I guess. 'Cause let's see what kind of damage we can get out of the quick leap through. So 4 damage back there. Yeah, okay, let's start with this. And, like, fingers crossed on that stunt. Maybe I should just... The thing is, we get the best, probably the best total stunt chance by doing this. And I would really love for her to stunt and for us to be able to do another jump, right? Okay, no such luck. Then we can... Linvir can shoot at the Watchman. Linvir can shoot at this guy too? He has so much armor. And we're not going to be able to do anything about that. This guy has no armor at all. Gosh, I wish that you were not partially behind cover. Also, tooltip. That's not what I'm doing. All right, let's pop the heroism. 100% chance to hit, but like guaranteed not to do any meaningful damage. Yeah, it's not exactly, it's not super compelling. The thing is, if this thing dies, it makes Sinetta's turn way better. So I am definitely inclined to work on it. Okay, you're guaranteed to get that shot. All right, let's... I'm going to throw the poison over here because we're hoping to kill the Weldling and the Watchman. You know, just hoping for that stunt. All right. Now it's your turn to hope for the stunt. I mean, she could just shoot it 3 times and kill it. Looks like that may be, in fact, what is happening. But as soon as this thing is down, Sinetta can cast on the Watchman, I think. She should be able to. Yeah, and the Watchman is, like, apparently remarkably hard to hit, but very vulnerable to this attack. And we get a lot of chances at it. All right, come on. Give me one more. One more good one. And of course, she stunts on someone who does not, like... She stunts on someone where it does not matter at all that she did that. Okay, the Batch Bee actually may be dead already because it's standing in that fire. So we're not going to get anywhere near killing this wardrobe, but we are going to engage... Oh, I'm not allowed to engage other people. Hold on, let me backslam him into the corner, open up my line of sight a little bit, get an engage on that nerd, and then we will, of course, use our real attack here, because, like, obviously, high-value target. All right, excellent news. Okay, a Spectic's not, like, so bad. And it looks like the Spectics that are constructed maybe do not, maybe they do not have the buffs, because the Spectic that got built has way less health than the one that just came down from the north. Please don't go anywhere. Okay. Okay. So, if we can engineer a situation where it feels at all safe for Yanfyr to move forward and stab for her turn, I would love to get her a Water Blessing. A Thunderstomp is, wow, really, 100% chance to hit the wardrobe. I am shocked by that. She can just clear this dude up. She can kill the Batch Bee, right? If she hits the Batch Bee, it will kill him. And that if it bounces to the to the newly constructed Spectic, we may get a kill there as well, because it has no warding. That would be pretty grand. I don't expect it to occur, but we'll try. Nope, of course not. Of course not. All right. I could Zealous Leap to here. I think I really like that, actually. And then I can still engage. Let's get this dude's attention. I cannot get that dude's attention. Well, I guess I think the Batch Bee is going to be dead. So hold on a second. We'll come back to that. Let's have you. So this will give us Shackle, which is like very unimpressive. This will give us a Steel Fire. Steel Fire with 4 range, actually may be perfect. So I think what I'm going to do is, can I Rock Shield Yanfyr? Yeah, I think we're going to have Yanfyr tank. This is going to kill my rock, but it's fine. Cherry doesn't need to be calcified. And then we'll launch a Steel Fire over to here in the hopes of... Oh, it's not actually going to do that much damage. It turns out the 4 THP on him is enough. We're going to have to hit him for real, so... I may as well just drop this here then, if it has a chance of a kill. Okay, excellent. Excellent. It is a good idea, you know, to lower the number of remaining enemies. So I really want you to go last. You won't even actually get through all of the health, man. Yeah, wow, okay, we cannot kill this damn thing. Okay, so what we need to do, I guess, I hate this, but what we need to do here is probably Linveer backs all the way up. She backs up to wall with Cherry. Then she just takes this shot to soften this thing. Galadglin can... You're already engaged. Whatever. Then Galadglin can get untouchable that way. And then Yanfyr, feeling pretty tough, can step up here, touch the water spirit. Yes, enchant my great spear. That's great news. That's awesome. That's a wonderful thing for us to get. Now she just has to survive using it. The Grey Dragon's Oath. Yeah, Grey Dragon sounds like a kind that might be wet. It's just a big wet dragon. Oh. Huh, I wasn't expecting it to do a thing that was literally impossible. I'm sure you can understand why that would be the case. I guess if I can kill if I'm guaranteed to be able to kill the wardrobe, then I suppose we oughta. But yeah, it has just placed them both in the same square. So, I guess one thing that is cool now is that we know that if two units are in the same square, they do wall together. So, probably not going to come up again, is my guess. But, it's, you know, it's information we have. Ooh, very vulnerable to area attacks, of course. Oh, God. Sinetta, come on. Yeah, I can't have Galadglin falling back. That's like 100% us losing a unit to a bug, and that really sucks. Because Yanfyr should have been in front of her so that Spektik couldn't have done that to her. And that is like very fucking frustrating. And so this thing has now given a ton of temp health to a bunch of units in a way that's really annoying. Fortunately, it has no armor, so we can at least get some good work done on it. Do I want to extinguish this? Hold on, Cherry, can you... That's just Shackle. We'd have to relight this. I kind of want to use this fire. I mean, Linvir took damage from it already, right? I think I can interfuse it and jump it, and she doesn't have to go anywhere. That said, maybe I do want to move Cherry up. Another thing Cherry could do is just stab somebody, right? We could just interfuse the lamp and then stab somebody. That's not an unreasonable play. Yeah. Because, like, the big benefit of this, of course, is that it presents a block to anybody else approaching Linvir. Alright, Linvir, step out of the fire. And in a very real way, it's like it sort of seems to not matter what you do. Alright, well, we got some poison through. So this hits lethal. I mean, I guess that was true either way. And then, let's see. Backslam you to here. It's a pretty good start for a turn. Right, I should have engaged first, because I keep forgetting, despite the fact that, like, Galadglin can absolutely see that Butler, line of sight in this game is really weird. There's a good reason that line of sight does not work this way in most tactical games where creatures give full blocking. Oof, boy. So yeah, it feels to me like we're still in a really bad spot here. This thing obviously has to go this turn, although also obviously that's pretty easy. So the question is just like, what is the best way to do that? Are you poisoned right now? No, okay. So if this poison hits... Okay, cool. So you are now dead. We do not need to worry about you anymore. Not allowed to engage that guy, so I guess I engaged this guy because I expect the Spectic to be dead. And then actually, do I want him to hit the Spectic or... Oh, right, sorry, I couldn't engage anybody else because the Batchbee had engaged me. Right, well that's fine. It's a little awkward. So if we move... Cherry's got to get behind cover a little bit here. This thing is poisoned already. So he'll die to poison. Yanfjord can step up here and we can just like work this butler because this thing does not have... Oh, right, she can't move. Oh, but she has super range. She can stab it with the spear from here. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, can we get Galaglin to be able to kill... Oh, no, right. Galaglin has one target. Well, take your shot then. No untouchable. In theory, his, like, dodge and block capability is still pretty solid. Oh, right. That thing had 2 THP. The thing where they put the real HP at one side of the bar and the THP at the other side of the bar is such a baffling UI choice that, again, is just, like... It's different from the way every other game in the genre does it. For absolutely no reason. It's like it's both different and less clear than the normal way of doing things. I think we're just gonna go ahead and like this is not. All right, come on. This is not a position from which we can play forward, right? Actually, is this just at the beginning of the fight? Because like I think we do still want to take on this fight. I just need I need things to go differently, so we gotta try to apply a strategy that is maybe a little bit different and more effective. So... the thing is, it's very difficult to imagine that it's better to do anything else with Sinetta. Maybe what I should do is run to here and then Chain Lightning 3 times instead of doing a Fire Chicken. Or just like lay it on the Sommelier to start with. And we should, as a group, get into that corner. Because the enemies getting behind us is definitely going to cause a problem, right? Yeah, I think I like that. I think let's start with that. So we'll hit that. We'll hit the heroism. Chain Lightning this dude real good. And then I don't really want to hit him directly again. So like maybe what we see is let's see if we can have Galaglin move him out of the way. He is taking up a 2x2 space. So in order to do that, Yanfjord has to move. And we could just move her up here. It prevents her from throwing her poison. But it does mean that I'm like prepped for a big spear attack. I'm just going to do it. We're going to move her up here. We're going to take the Great Spear enchantment. Mountain Song is less good than the dragon thing. Blood End is kind of... it's trying too hard. Light Doom doesn't really... All right, there we go. Grey Time's Thrust. Grey Time is the name of that Grey Dragon. So that's why this makes sense. And then she can really lay it on somebody. Let's see. Let's give it a second here. So I'm going to backslam this dude. Nope. Still can't do that, actually. I could move here and backslam him into this space, I suppose. Just like move him down one. And that might give Sinetta vision to the butler. What I'm thinking is I want to be shooting at the butler. Do I want him to... Moving him up here seems pretty good, too. Looks like Galaglin could take a hit. That's going to mean he can't backslam anyone, though. Am I not allowed to just backslam you in place? No, I have to have somewhere legal to move you. So basically, like, it has to be here. Boy, I hate that. I hate that in terms of just like leaving the archers up in front alone. And it's not really a good idea to have Cherry in front unless she interfuses a stone. If she interfuses a stone, then she doesn't get to do anything. This wardrobe's really ruining everything. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. Please tell me that this lets Sinetta see around that thing. Okay. It's cool, of course, you know. The thing about 78% is it's not 100%. Alright, Cherry, here's what Cherry can do this time. We can interfuse the stone, we can wall up Yanfir's health, and then we can just have her... boy, maybe she just does Quelling Moss now, though. Because Quelling Moss is a guaranteed kill on the Sommelier, and it gets meaningful damage out on several other people, and it means I don't have to spend another attack just doing that. And, like, it turns out getting the butlers down is actually, like, more of a priority than I had thought. And then I interfuse the stone. God, I really wish I could attack with the stone up and then rock shield. Because it would only do 1 damage to the stone, and then we'd still be able to... Yeah, alright. It's still damage. And then Linvir can just step back behind Yanfir. And obviously, I probably want to wait until next turn on the... Yeah, I'm going to do this. Wait until next turn on the heroism. Oh, wow. That was a big hit. Her 2 damage there would have been sufficient because of the poison. I'd really like to fire heroism on a turn where I can get 3 shots out of it. Okay, so Sinetta just instantly dies. Yep, there's not any version of this where Sinetta's going to survive because she has too little health. And she has like 70% dodge or something, but she never dodges anything. Yeah, and see, we can't really like... There's not really a way for us to interact with the terrain to... There's no counterplay for the Butcher's abilities, or the Butler's abilities, because the enemies will just create the conditions and then the Butler will exploit them on the same round, so we don't really get to play around with that. The Butler is going to die this turn, so it's not a big deal. Or do I want to throw it up here? I guess there's a sort of an open question as to what the status of these is going to be. So let's see. That Watchman has no warding. So I could swap over to this, interfuse that thing, drop the fire directly on the Watchman for a fair amount of damage, rather than stabbing the Butler, which is, I mean, stabbing the Butler is worth a fair amount. And if I do, I can interfuse twice and then stab this Butler, and I think it just kills him, right? I think that's true. Let's grab this, and that also has fire in it, so let's grab this. And now, yeah, I will do 6 bonus damage. Boy, I sure hope I don't miss this. Okay. And she stays linked to both of those things because they both had more than 1 HP. So that's pretty good, I think. Then Galadglin should just like be in front and he just hits somebody. I don't really know what the right move is here. Of these enemies, who is most annoying? Let's get your attention so you don't shoot fire at anybody. And Yeah, I guess let's just bring down the Watchman if we can with everybody's help. We still do need to get her like a more real weapon. She needs some enchantments or something. I mean, I sure would love to make that hit. So yeah, we don't necessarily need to... Can I throw this? I can. There is a spot where I can throw this far enough back to hit 3 people. Awesome. And get all 3 of them. Beautiful stuff. And you know, she's still pretty tough. She can stay up there for the moment. Okay. No big deal. We had a sense that that's probably how that was going. Nice. Oh, probably when engaged, he can't get the counter. That sucks, but it, you know, it does at least make sense. Oh, really? Well, like at this point, anyone dying is the end of the campaign, right? So, minus accuracy is a pretty big deal, but not to say that the campaign is winnable from this state anyway, necessarily, but this is a better overall play. I do believe that. Okay, so with Gladglin being down to 4 armor, with him like having gotten shredded so badly over that last turn, it does become very difficult for him to survive. Or not survive, for him to do damage. Also survive, but more than that, obviously. I'm worried about the, worried about his damage output. I guess, here, let's try to soften this thing up. Okay, great. So, Gladglin's only available attack is on this thing, but we should get untouchable if this connects. Okay, and now I'm allowed to attack other stuff. Like this Weldling, who is poisoned and will die from this. I should probably engage something first. Let's get your attention. Cool, cool. So we can have her step back. I mean, obviously I don't want her to start her turn in a fire. We're like 100% doomed, though, if this butler survives. Well, I mean, I can't do anything about it, realistically. All right, the fire going out prior to the beginning of the butler's turn was definitely very helpful. Man, this battle map is like extremely rough for us. Are they stacked up in such a position I could get 3 of them without getting any of us? I'm really less worried about those ones up there. There's one object I can still interfuse. So Gladglin does not have his thing this turn, right? But I can move down here. I can get you for a lot. And then Gladglin can just kill you. Get me my untouchable. And then we engage you. Kill this thing. Okay. Lots of pins there. Pretty good. Y'all are both poisoned too already? Okay, so poison here is actually awesome. Interesting to note that the poison was not guaranteed to hit on this guy, even though it was a flanking attack. So there's some kind of very serious accuracy modifier on that. Damn it, I cannot hit anything that is behind cover, no matter what the percentage says. All right, well, that's a pretty good start. Galadglin is in horrible shape, though. Come on. We gotta make this happen here. This has gotta be it. So, if I poison this guy, we still have to... Boy. Alright, Galadglin has a 2 damage backslam available, which would in fact deal the 1 damage necessary to make this Weldling die from 4 points of poison. So it's not totally unreasonable. We really, really need to try to get him this kill, though. He needs to be the one that deals the blow on that. This is unlikely. Oh, I'm not even allowed to backslam that thing. Sometimes you can backslam stuff you're diagonal to, and sometimes you can't. Oh no, it's because of the right, this thing has engaged me. That actually makes our turn very bad. That's a real problem. So your melee strike does, in theory, just kill the Weldling straight up. And I think we gotta take that. And if Galadglin has this extremely limited ability to interact this turn. I'm gonna engage for a point of armor. So that we can backslam this thing for no damage. Yeah, it doesn't it doesn't really help very much, does it? Well, whatever. Strip a point of armor is meaningful. And then the question is, if Yennefer stunts, maybe she could do enough damage to get this thing down to a place where Galadglin could deal the killing blow. Oh, apparently without a stunt, it gets just barely there. Please. Yes, you will hit this. Yeah, you must hit this. Okay, so here's hoping this thing goes after Galadglin instead of Cherry. Oh, and it moved adjacent to him first. That was very kind of it. All right, we have approximately 1 turn to kill this Watchman before it kills one of us. Fortunately, I can get close enough to interfuse something. That's going to help a lot. Okay, so Galadglin's attack first, right? This is the one that matters least in terms of raw damage output. So we set the damage, or we set the direction that counts as a flank. And I think this will still be enough. Yeah, okay, so that's a version of that where we kill it, but I'm pretty sure that does make the campaign probably uncompletable. Because us being down 2 people is just it's too much. Stuns enemy on stunt. Also, knocks the foe to another tile, deals additional damage equal to the knockback. Do we want to... It's a one-handed hammer. So... Does it make more sense for this to be Cherry's weapon? She has a little bit of reach with her current weapon, which is nice. We could replace Galadglin's weapon. We lose a point of shred to gain a point of damage, which I think is generally going to be much worse. We have this other weapon that we never switch to. I think I might replace Cherry's spear. So we lose a little bit of range, but we gain a little bit of damage on the knockback. And then also this lets her have some positioning utility, which is kind of cool. Yeah, let's do that. And you know, her stunt chance is not terrible. Sometimes she'll get a stun out of it. That spear wasn't even magical. You've had a terrible day. Yeah, we all kind of have. So have you. So Linvir lost an eye. That's where the accuracy loss comes from. At least I'm in good company. You lean on my shoulder, I'll lean on yours. We'll make it through one way or another. So did they form like a bond? I mean, this doesn't matter, right? We're not going to fight any more Thagi. But, like I'm saying, I think this is just like an uncompletable campaign now. Well, you know what? They're just falling back. They're not out of this adventure. Cherry, Galadglin, and Yanfir could still go here because this was Cherry's event, right? I guess we can let those two fall back and then heal, and then Sinetta's got like 6 max HP. She's gonna die to any hit. But I guess let's just push onward here. We definitely need to heal. But the problem is this is not actually a friendly location, so we do not heal at the correct rate here. We're gonna get Calamity cards, but we have enough legacy points that we could probably... Yeah, alright. Head over here. We're gonna travel over here and then we'll see. Okay, so it is still half healing. I feel like we are always short spell thread. Right? Always. Yeah, no, I know. I was not trying to do the event. I specifically had them do something else so that we could take a moment, but alright. There will be a choice at the end of this and we'll just hit not now, right? I've heard many versions of this story. I used to collect them, try to piece them together. According to most tellings, the Library of Light was carved whole, shaped from a single limb that fell off the Tree of Stars. A menacing rabbit in the foreground there. Most say the water-song sorceress Noriel Wicklespire brought the library into being. Some storytellers have it that she beguiled a great god and tricked him into performing the labors, then bound him in a wine flask and cast it out upon the eternal sea. One version has her using her own life to complete the casting. Yuck. That one's gross. Again, Cherry, like fully inappropriate facial expression for the moment. There's the one where she visits the spirit realm. I don't remember why. I don't think anything happens. Maybe she just wanted to visit. The consensus is that she was a seeker of wisdom, someone who saw knowledge itself as the greatest treasure, the highest goal. Of course, half of history never happened, so... Her name and the deeds that went with it might be one more easy fiction. If the library is real... Can you imagine it? A limitless and ever-growing trove of books? Every volume that's been written? Every scroll? Every epic? They'll arrive the next day. How should they spend the night? I don't know. Making better friends, I guess? The fire is high and their friendship deepens. The night gives them courage. But the next morning, they'll reach their goal and find it guarded. Yeah, I was specifically trying not to do the event. Like, okay. I feel like I have been sort of railroaded into this a little bit. We may get forced a reload upon us here. All right, Cherry, you better grab some rocks. Does that also count as rock? It does. Okay. All right. Well, she's a little tough now. Can I splinter blast this thing? I can. We should probably light it up, right? God damn it. Well, that's very bad news. Let's throw some quelling moss. Cool. And then run over here. Does it matter where she is? Probably not. Honestly, Yanfir is the one who's most likely to survive a hit. Actually, that's not true. Galadglin has so much armor. I'm just going to throw more quelling moss, actually. So why is it taking 3 points of moss instead of... Huh. I'm not sure. I'm sure this guardian will save me. Honestly, Yenfir has done an impressive amount of damage to this thing already. Can I... Yeah, Cherry moves up here, and she interfuses with another rock. And then she just hits him with her big hammer. Was that really it? I kind of thought there was going to be another piece to that, you know? All right. As a swift action, Galadglin can grant himself armor and warding, but cut his speed. Plus base damage for both Flame Soul abilities. Scales twice as much with bonus damage and potency. You know? Tinker is also very good. Wisdom is actually, we're definitely seeing the value of wisdom now. How old is Galadglin at this point in the campaign? Still pretty young, right? 36. So he gets plus 100% of his normal speed on every job. You know? Like, as honestly, the problem with the fire isn't even really the bad damage, although the damage is bad. It's also that it doesn't remove any armor, while his axe does remove armor, and that's a lot of the reason that we use the axe. So I would not think that this is really all that good. Basically, it's like Tinker versus Wisdom, and I think I'm actually going to take Wisdom. And we will, once again, salvage some bad armor. Well, what do you call that? A golem? I feel like that's a good sign. Is that a good sign? Well, of course. How would anyone make a golem without books? Oh. You know, golem books. Noriel Wicklespire rather famously recorded that there were two ways a traveler would be able to locate her library. The first way would be that it might appear to them when they most needed knowledge. For if knowledge alone were what they sought, a star might guide them, shining even by day. Well, that's not very helpful. What's the second way? Just how big it is. The interior of the library is a symphony of sunlight playing for a frozen ballet of crammed shelves. The air is so fresh, but so old. Every space is crowded with volumes. Where old words gather, young hearts bloom. Galadglin always tries to say something poetic. I'm not sure that one really adds up. This is what dreams look like. Could you even dream this? The library was a dream. That's how it began. Why I studied magic all my life? Same as every magician. I wanted to make my dreams real. I didn't understand then. When dreams come true, the heart that was soft for seeds hardens against anything that might awaken it. The library was a dream, and that's what it must remain. Uh-oh. Those who leave it will never find their way back. Okay, that's less menacing than the thing I thought she was implying there. Many days later, Cherry. We need to leave, Galadglin. No, we need to leave. Oh. Something I realized, I guess. I'm not sure when. Once again, that's another situation that would have benefited from them saying that simultaneously. I think like that's what the moment was implying. And you have a tool for that being the case. You just put them both in the same panel, and like it's weird that they chose the way that would make it very clear that they were not in fact speaking at the same time. A long time ago, maybe. Grand times I've spent with books. Times I was alone with a novel and a window and a rainstorm. I'm glad we came here. I'm glad we found it and saw it all. I've always been afraid to write my own stories. Afraid they'd end up nowhere and matter to no one. But I think that could be the next dream for me. Cherry, what if you can't go back? In stories, isn't that the rule? That you can only visit it once? You know, I've been reading since I was small. Books by heroes and half-crazies. Fiction of all kind and quality. And what I'm thinking now is... it's time I start putting life into my own words. And so she abandoned the adventuring company to become an author. Oh my. Boy, I don't know how often we'd actually be able to take advantage of Open Mind, but with the combination of Open Mind and Vigor Flow, could be very powerful. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. And then I guess we're gonna finish building this thing because we're here. And then we probably need to get the hell moving, yeah? Probably just get down here and work. Linvier can go and meet them. And now Sinetta can go and meet them as well. And then we really gotta get a move on. Alright, Calamity time. Spell threads, very good. Very, very good. So at this point, there's very few infested tiles. That's good news for us. Do we have time for a recruit? Even if we can recruit, should we take the time? Probably. Right? It's not going to be that costly. Oh, except that I'm going to have to do that and then walk back across the bridge because... well, we could scout this and cross that bridge. It's not infested, so... 13 days travel time. It'll be 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2 to get to the Den of Arlem. So we're adding 1 day recruitment time plus whatever time it takes to arm this person, plus the extra movement here, and that could be enough to let an additional incursion happen. Like, what if we just run to here? That's already 53 days. And the thing is, like, what value are we going to get out of this person, this 7th person? Because they're going to be level nothing. We're not going to be able to use them in combat. They'll be usable for, like, running around the map in theory, but our secondary group will still be 2 people. They still won't be able to go to any place that's infested. I'm going to skip it. We're just going to make the run. And hopefully some of us have enough time. Yeah, let's not let that happen. I don't know what that is, but... and I don't care about the rest of this stuff. So I don't know. We still might get an incursion. Like, we'll come down here and scout. That's 32 days. Yeah, we're definitely still going to get an incursion. And we're not even quite at full health yet. Linvier and Sedetta go to pay their respects. Can I see where this would be? Not until I click on the opportunity button. All right, let's see what it is. Linvier and Sinetta are called to a hill village where an acquaintance of theirs has lost his husband. That's a hard thing, death. Now we forget how quickly things can turn. The funerary rites are brief. The crowd that's gathered is impressive for such a small town. As mourners disperse, Linvier and Sinetta spot Lylan standing by a flower-strung cart bearing a leaf-shrouded body. Lylan, we were sorry to hear about Haven. A lot of folks came. Ah, friends, how many years has it been? They go with him up the road to his home on the hill. And you lose perspective sometimes. Easy enough to do, sadly. You think you'll have years together, decades, from your first cake to your middle years. Old age then, but... The two help Lylan transfer the shrouded body to a small prepared clay room beside the house. They settle inside and he tells them of his plan and of the provincial custom he's observing. Green veiling, it's called. A woven shroud of Dawnsword. Dawnsword grows thick around here in the little woodlands, you'll see. It's a strong aroma. The body stays fresh, sometimes as long as 4 years or 5. We hill folk will generally build a clay home for the departed on the house's shady side. A wadshan is the old word for it. It means memory house. And he'd normally lie there for his term. When the Shroud of Dawnsword turns black, he'd be buried. I've got a lot of respect for the old ways. They're rooted in deep truths. But I don't plan on waiting. You don't plan to wait, so you plan to bury him soon? Tonight, even? No. My husband Havan and I will be going on a journey, and I hoped you'd come along. Ominous? Oh. A hard, sudden rain falls, chittering and droning like a swarm. Yes, I hoped you'd come, and be our escort. It's a dangerous world, and you're both strong. Stronger even than I remembered. Yeah, I mean, show me what it is. We're here now, I'll come along with you if you need protection, provided it's not too out of the way. 'Cause, you know, we do have concerns to... Huh, wait, where is it? I did hit the plant it button, right? No, I know. At Adowana Lumberyard. Is that... Well, it does look like they're the only route drawing that we can see is in the same direction as everybody else is going, so. Adowana Lumberyard. I do wish that it's a bummer that every settlement has a little name and then the regions also have names, and sometimes they refer to places by the settlement name and sometimes by the region name. So Adowana Lumberyard is just not a place that we can see. So, okay, it's going to take us 34 days to get here. 32 days to get here. That's how math works. We will have to deal with the calamity draw. We can probably ignore the incursion if we want to, and I think it's probably a good idea that we do so. Things have gotten a little harsh, and we could probably use to just end the chapter. Yeah, I think let's just go for it. Trying to take this over first could maybe have been a good idea, but I don't know. Yeah, we're definitely going to disregard that. No more Thrixel. For real, no more Thrixel. Other stuff is kind of whatever. Okay, this is also not where the opportunity is. So hold on. If we jump to the end of this and I hit, yeah, we'll do it. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Now it draws the thing. Okay, yeah, it's all the way back here. So there's a second location in this region that doesn't have a visible name tag unless you mouse over it. That's a crummy way for that to work. Okay, yeah, let's do this thing. Everybody stay here. Wait, how tough was this fight? Oh, you know, it's only strength 7. We can do this, and we're all at full health. And then I believe next chapter... Oh, no, wait. Was the potency lost for the whole campaign? Is it easy to see that penalty? I guess, yeah, we would click on her potency and... Is dissipated the... It doesn't have a duration listed. Okay, let's just do this. Let's just try to end the chapter, shall we? The lush landscape swells. Shimmering scents blow by. Overhead, the clouds, ball-like string, yield thread to the intricate lineations of stratospheric lights. So we have definitely made the game way harder by spending as much time in the chat. Well, we've made the game somewhat harder by spending as much time in this chapter as we have. At the same time, we've leveled our people up a bunch, we've gotten extremely powerful ourselves, and we've secured a lot more crafting materials for the in-between time here, so I think it was probably worth it if we can just get through this, and with this only being strength 7, it seems doable, probably. Pollen-sweet melodies drift from the swaying foliage. Ephemeral warm hums fall on the ear like snow. The colors don't ever stay the same. But it's... where are we? All doors go somewhere. This is the other side of the Glimmer Scene. Terrafract is our word for it. I don't know if the Thrix will call it anything but home. Terrafract? It is a good name. But is any of it real? Oh, it's all real. Palpable, flavorful. See, naked of its shell, reality is this soft, pliable thing. Here, there are very few hard laws to contain it. That's beautifully stated, but I'm not sure precisely what it signifies. Yeah, okay, maybe an example, like... Here, winds are born of wondering. Here, imagining the golden glow of a bitten plum, you might make the stars turn amber and drip out of the night. Here, every fantasy you have might be constellated around you, articulated, whole, interactive, but always morphing. Weird. I mean, seems stable to me. I'm holding it still, mostly. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. But, okay, I'm sorry. I'm kind of losing my grasp on things. But in my dream, you'd be throwing your lives away. For a person who's been gone so long, I can barely remember Elsie's face. I'll come alone then. You were imprisoned. And you were afraid. And... weren't you? Oh, well, yeah. But then I was able to forge a way out. See, I found I had the power to traverse this world. I was born with that power. The same way you were, Aeneas. Forgive me for interrupting, but I am absolutely itching to comment. He's here too. No? I am, but lately arrived. You seem so kind, so resourceful. But, to paraphrase a dear friend, seeming is a weapon we wield like a sword. Is it not? Wait. Milady, I am done waiting. My hesitation has only ever brought others pain. How do you know the Mothman? You're acquainted with this cosmic vagrant? This light-lorn lostling? Yeah, he helped us save your sister. Did you know he's the reason this all happened? The blood leads back to him. I fear that may be true. You mean you? Everyone that's been taken, hurt, and killed? Call it an accident of fate, little owl. Perhaps one day I will explain in full. For now, I may only unmask her. How could you even hope to? An old keepsake. And from under his hat, the Mothman produces a moon. Here she may obscure her shadow, but the glow of home is ever honest. Oh, well, it's doing something. She splits into a momentary spectrum of presence, then resolves. Look what they have wrought from the girl who was Iluna. Enough. I wrought myself. You should understand what that means. The borrowed moon withers in his hands. Her shape returns to normal. Her voice, however, exercises its profound new depth, unfurling words that are heart-glazing, assuring, and powerful. All I wanted, dear Aeneas, was to ease you towards the truth. But now you've seen me, please understand. It's for the best. I am no longer Eluna Arkwright as you knew her, but I've become something greater. Ecthis is my name. Ecthis, Queen of Light. I believe we would all have preferred Eluna. I'm sure you would. You like us frail and ignorant. No, Eluna was anything but frail. That much is obvious. A coward like me knows courage when he sees it. You never knew me. You weren't down in that pit with us. I wasn't pulled out. I emerged from that muck, and I did it because I am different. This world was too much for the others, but I mastered it. The Thrixl brought me to this place, but I made myself its queen. A queen must prove her patience, milady. You are a princess still. You're asking for my intolerance. Better for you if you remove yourself. Please, though, Lady Ecthis, Queen Ecthis, if that's what you like. Whatever you're seeking, I must be able to help you, right? That's why I'm here, so that we can make a bargain? You sort of have it. Look, it's not complicated, Aeneas. This is our time. We're ascendant, and I mean all of us, together, humanity. You have the gift that was dormant in me. Even this Mothman of yours could join us. I don't mind, it's not important. And yes, the Thrixl destroyed lives searching for me. Too many lives. But I'm here now. I'll lead the world into a new epoch, and I'll fashion you as my first and finest companion, and I cannot let that happen. But you must see it, it's already happening. You can buy wings at any costume shop these days. And Aeneas is like, whatever you guys are talking to, maybe you could just get to the goddamn point. Regardless, it's just a matter of time now, and I await the In that case, I will stop the clock. Okay, well, she can't be that powerful. He seems to be able to freeze her in time. I have only ever acted late, dear bird. Consider this my apology. But, what? She is too powerful for any of us, but I have a few tricks left. One day I shall come and tell you everything. For now, though... A crackling flash announces Aeneas' sudden unbuckling. He falls through a tunnel of luminous abstraction into broad daylight. He appears to the hoping eyes of his lover like a dream and staggers against mossy rocks. It's okay, you're here now. Oh, I have got... He's over here. I feel weird. Aeneas promptly faints, Gladglin catching him before he falls too hard. We should get off their doorstep, but Thrixl surge out of the open folding air. Aeneas is vulnerable. Have to make a wall and hope for the best? Hold out as long as we can, then. I'll tell you, the writing of that scene has a real, like... I don't want to be too harsh, but that's a very, like, first-time DM kind of scene, where it's like, the world that I've built is so fucking cool and awesome that the players, if I talk about it in a really vague way, the players will just be, like, drawn into the mystery, and they definitely won't mind listening to my two ridiculously powerful NPCs just yammer back and forth while they don't get to participate for 25 minutes. Just a warning to all of y'all out there who might be who might be first-time DMs. That's not fun. Don't have your NPCs converse with each other. So I feel like, gosh, it's hard to know exactly where they all are. We have 3 visible over here. We have no bards that we're aware of. We see one of the unresting ones, but we don't know where the other unresting one is, which makes it tricky to navigate the auras a little bit. Boy. Well, we could run forward over here, do a pretty decent splinter blast, and then just try to, like, burn through these two as quickly as possible. I kind of like that play. Let's try that. So you're going to be able to get a pretty reasonable... You can get all the way up to here, so you should be able to fire chicken that Thrusk, too. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, it turns out, just another Seeker. That's not so bad. Right, you can fire chicken that space. Yeah. There's no reason to wait, right? Because it's not like the, yeah, I may as well. We don't necessarily need to Splinter Blast that guy, actually. He only has 1 armor. Maybe we just, like, run over here and do a lot of damage. Sadly, Cherry's not going to be able to get close enough to attack. They don't have a ton of warding, so maybe her move is just grab the fire, and I probably can't damage both of them with it, but I can get started on them. Then again, I could just grab this Ruined Arch. Yeah, it's probably better to do this. Get some Calcify and then just Discus. Wow, yeah. Yeah, that is pretty good. There's definitely a bow turn for Yenfjord. Where's Galadglin going to be able to make it to? Of course. He's very slow. I guess leap forward zealously. And then Cone of Fire, honestly? Okay. Maybe just get a bunch of stunts. Maybe we'll just get everything done on turn 1. So Yenfjord runs up and just shoots at somebody, right? I don't think it makes any sense to throw poison. Yeah, this is too much extra damage. Although the poison is more likely to land. So we do have to protect Aeneas, but I think we can push this way this far this turn and then come back for him. So 1, 2, 3. I mean, honestly, she could pretty much just stay put. Because all she has to do is cover these 3 spaces, right? Yeah. We're at least still providing him the point of armor for the wall. Pretty good. Really good. Okay, yeah, like, pretty happy about that. Oh, it just, like, didn't strike me to look downward. Nothing is ever below us, I feel like. So do you have a shot? It's not great. All right, let's see if we can get Cherry over here. Am I going to be able to Splinter Blast that guy with anything? I would really love to remove some armor on the Unresting one and then just hit Heroism on Linvier and rock him, but it looks like we are not going to be able to do that. All right, well, I can run over here and take over this ruined wall, and we can get some work done on this side. So that's going to give us Discus as well. That would give me Splinter Blast, but it's out of range. Yeah, let's just take the big rock wall here, and then I will not be able to hit. Yeah, not directly. We can get you. Yeah. Okay, a stunt. Pretty good news, actually. All right, turns out dividing yourself into 2 smaller pieces, not actually a good idea very frequently. It often does not help. So I think Galadglin's not going to be able to make it to the other side very easily anyway, so let's just have Galadglin do a bunch of work over here. Do you have a shot? You do have a shot. All right. Heroism. Here, clean this thing up so that Sonetta and Yenfjord can just run away from it. And then Sonetta's probably... Yeah, Sonetta's not going to be able to do anything of value this turn. I mean, what she can do is the thing she often does, which is just get ready for heroism. Then you want to take one more shot at somebody and then go into ambush, right? And I think same deal over here. We just run over here and shoot someone. Actually, if I get really close... The range on Quelling Moss is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. So I think if we run to like right here, I should be able to Quelling Moss both of them. Yep, just barely. I think the Quelling Moss has turned out to be really, really excellent. So do I want to take... I kind of want to take this bad shot. Just because if it does work, it is a kill. And then we'll throw up the ambush over here. Do I want to hit one of the unresting ones? Yeah, we'll do it like this. Okay. Here come the auras, unfortunately. But the good news is... These ones don't really have much in the way of damage output. So hopefully we can just burn them down real fast. I am definitely interfusing myself a new rock. And I'm going to run over there and punch this thing in the head for just about 1,000 damage. We don't know the direction of the new spawns, which means they came in one of the corners. So I don't know if it's safe to do this. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. Oh, that sucks. But at least we've set up a good direction for our attacks now. You basically just run over here and then Zealous Leap and then continue running, I think. Just have to, like, present some kind of spatial threat to somebody. Alright. There's not really a good reason for you to shoot when you could just ambush on these guys. Although I guess actually they're close enough that we don't necessarily have reason to think they will move again, right? And then more poison, but also some raw damage. Okay. Yeah, I'll pop heroism on that. So can I can in fact get close enough. I cannot get a wide enough angle, but we'll provide some walling here. Nope, never mind, stunned. Well, that's bad luck. All right, the good news is the thing is dead. It will die naturally of poisons. All right. I'm feeling pretty powerful. Yes, you're dead. Don't need to bother with you. I should probably remove the mind worm. I should probably backslam. Can I backslam you to... I can flip you all the way over my head, but only if I click in a very small area here. It doesn't really do very much, I'm afraid. I may just want to not put it on cooldown. Yeah, let's just hit it. He's not the one who's going to be doing the majority of the damage here. Okay, we know where. Let's just get back over here, I suppose. And we shall continue to interfuse things as I am allowed to do so. Cherry's next melee attack is going to hit so hard. I'll just get you down here to wall with Galadglin because you're functionally invulnerable. You may as well be in front. And then... Oh, I'm actually allowed to shoot at this thing if I... Oh, hey, we found the bard. Never mind. I want to shoot that bard. And I probably don't shoot the bard. I probably poison the bard, right? So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is close enough that we'll catch him right with the edge of the range. Nope, I miscalculated by a square. All right, so I do have to come down here. That's a shame. I don't really want to be the closest, but I do really want to coat him in poisons. All right. Paradweaver's a bard. Okay. Well, I can probably just run up on this Seeker and hit it really hard. And in fact, I could interfuse again before doing so. So I think I probably just do that, right? Let's just interfuse with another rock. She has so many copies of all of her effects. Not quite there on the kill, though. That's a real shame. I mean, like there are lots of ways of finishing it off. It's just a real. We have to spend an actual action on that. All right. So that'll kill you. So we can leap on this bard. I think that's all I'm gonna. Yeah, it's not fancy, but gets the job done. So now he'll die to poison damage. Somebody's got to stop this thing from advancing. So let's see. Can you... You do have to move. So Linveer is not going to kill it, but she does stop it from moving forward with this. And then you can just take kind of a bad shot at that guy, I guess. Or I could throw Quelling Moss and probably hit you. The odds are still pretty good on this, and the extra 3 damage may well matter. Ah. Well, that sucks. At least he didn't go for Aeneas. You know, that thing going for Yenfir as hard as it did is also not very good, though. Also, like, what do you imagine was the logic at the developer studio for not having this number update? It has said survive for 7 turns the whole time. Like, this seems like a pretty straightforward way of implementing that, right? All right, so I'm going to interfuse one more object because I'm allowed to. Let's get some more rocks over here. I am maximum vigor flow, and I will hit you for 20 damage. And then she's in pretty grave danger. Galadglin is going to have to just sit in the vigor, in the Mindworm, I think, here a little bit. So I'm going to engage this one and then hit this one. I should have engaged and then had somebody else come over. I was just thinking I want somebody to do the attack. Oh, a Drathix. Was there a Drathix on one of the cards and I just didn't notice? So I think yeah, this should still be pretty good, right? He shouldn't get cover. Very important to make sure we're knocking out the Thrusks quickly with the bards streaming in constantly from every possible direction. Give you some cover. Yeah, I should have done that the other way. So Galadglin had his untouchable, but if only one of those attacks is going to hit, that is the one we care about the most, so... And then we will try to keep you at a distance, but I do have to actually hit my shot. Okay, pretty good. Okay. Okay, hitting her is fine. So this is the last turn we have to survive, but we probably have to survive their turn as well as our turn. It would be my guess. Might have Cherry run over, because I think Cherry should be able to one-shot that nightmare. I know we got a Dweaver in the midst of us, but I think other people should be able to deal with that. The Dweaver has considerably less health than the nightmare. No, she's only doing... Did I lose an interfusion? I did, despite the fact that this is the thing I had interfused. Well, I'll just... I must have stepped one space too far away from it or something. Yeah, it's pretty good, is my official opinion on that. So you're pretty likely to get that kill. I do think that that kill is extremely important. Yanfjör can probably just stab this thing, right? Ah, the stupid tree's in the way. Still, 64%. If we have you come up and attack it from here, can make this a little bit more likely. Well, now I don't have to do that even. The thing is, I do have to move away from the Drathix. Well, maybe not, because there may not be a beginning of my turn, right? We don't actually know how this is gonna work. Because we can kill you with a Quelling Moss now. So if I stand here, I should be able to body slam one of them and just axe the other one. Or body slam them both. Or sorry, body slam and then axe the same one. And just hope that the other one chooses not to move away from me. I think that's more likely to work if I go this way. Oh, right. Galadglin's lost a huge amount of armor. I didn't realize how much armor he had lost. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw the poison on you. I don't know exactly what else I'll do, but I do know you're dead now. I'm going to run over to here because I think I will get my shot without cover. Nope, still 66%. Even though he is no longer, like, very clearly no longer benefiting from cover. And yeah, she doesn't have the range with her, so I guess we just take the 2/3. Yep, okay. Well. Alright, let's see what happens. We have survived 7 turns. Okay, good block. Alright, dude. Okay, double move. I'm okay with the double move. Alright, so getting a little overwhelmed. There we go. And Ineas gets XP despite not participating in the battle, and he only gets 8 XP where some people got 9, because to give him 9 would level him up, and we can't have that. Alright, stunt chance up feels like especially important on Yanfjör now. Yeah, now that she has a water spear. And then it does damage to all of us one last time, so just in case someone would die, you get to suffer that. Aeneas regains his awareness and immediately regrets it. Thrixel have overrun their position. Like ants, they flood and climb on the corpses of their own. Aeneas, Galadglin, Senetta, Yanfyr, Cherry, and Linvir. Their bones might lie here forever. Unless... Everyone, gather close. I'm going to shoot my eye rock at them. Everybody duck, because this thing will really leave a welt. But Aeneas' face goes clear and calm. The wings on his back flutter. They didn't really do a good... Are there wings? That's his rock arm. They're supposed to be wings. I don't know. I don't... Okay. Thrixel mill uncertainly, unable to perceive them. Okay, we gray-planed. Cool. I'm into it. Under the cloak of Aeneas' new magic, they vanish. I will say, like, the idea of everybody suddenly becoming invisible is way less impressive because of the existence of the gray plane and the fact that, like, everybody has access to it kind of whenever they want, even the non-magical people. Pursuing Thrixel, fan out to find them, but the company dodges detection among trunks and evening fog. They get little sleep, day and night, coming home to Calmpire, safe and exhausted, for a certain definition of safe. Mind if I stand next to you? You know, your wings craft colors out of fire. They feel interestingly cool, or reflective. So, okay, when we can see below his armpits, we can see the wings, but they're just like always in a down position like a cape, which is a weird visual design, and especially a weird visual design when you're going to talk about them a lot while only showing him from the shoulders up. Wanted to make sure you didn't go back to that bed where she... I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But just stay here tonight. I wasn't even going to ask. What's... Oh. I just think it's oddly inconsistent behavior for him. He never stepped in so directly before. I mean, we've known this dude for all of 8 minutes, right? Like, I guess technically we met him before, it was like a 1-year break between chapters 2 and 3, but we didn't see him in that time. We've known him for a total of 8 minutes, sort of in the middle, in combination. He appeared that morning, told us where to wait. We were close, but we would have been out of reach. He planted some kind of beacon to guide us, then said he was off to make sure you wouldn't be late. I don't like feeling indebted to him. Now, don't let it hang over you. A lot of living for us still. Yeah. Well, but if this Ecthis is some kind of dark queen of Thrixel, now, are we in more trouble or less? Does she want us dead? What does she want? Walk outside with me. I will say that it's probably less frustrating than it would be if I were just reading it, like to have to say it all. Because the fact that these characters, first of all, have all of these constant interjections, like people very frequently interrupt their own sentences repeatedly and never get to the end of a thought, even over multiple speech bubbles. And also, this kind of stuff, like if you're just buttoning through this very quickly, it's probably less annoying, but it's kind of an annoying writing style. My mom used to warn me. The most dangerous people I'd meet would be the ones with nothing to lose. Eluna and the Mothman, they're beings of a similar order now. Closer to each other, I think, than we are to either of them. But they're different in this respect. He's afraid. And she's not. I don't think she's got any reason for fear. Eluna, Ecthis, she's unattached. In a way, maybe unfinished? And I think she sees us all in that way. I just wish I'd been able to listen a little longer. Her voice is... Madam Wickle, when I encountered a step or a technique I couldn't quite get, she'd tell me to move on, try it once or twice in the morning or before bed, that I'd get it, sleep by sleep. I hear you, sweet one. I'm sorry. I guess I'm gonna be working at this for a while. Yeah, Yeah, but if Ecthis is Thrixel now, for good and all, well, there's only one way we've seen it end, right? The peace that comes will be a balm to many. 6 more years they can shovel onto the bones of bad memories and good friends, but some are unable to forget. Their blood, their bodies, remind them. To them, the dragging seasons will peel up scabs, and they'll continue to listen for rumor of Eluna or the Moth. Hey, that's the name of the campaign. Okay, so we got somewhere. We have a lot of stuff to build with, although... No, actually, we're pretty good on the stuff that you spend a lot of very quickly. We have quite a bit of. We did a good job of securing things. Okay. Armor on the Dweavers and the Mindworm from the Scoriers got lost. I was really hoping that we'd lose the Dragon card again. During the Years of Peace, Linvir spent a month tracking a golden stag. As she finally raised her weapon for the kill, the stag looked her straight in the eyes and laughed. Linvir smiled back and lowered her arm. Yanfir gathered a merry band of underlings who shared her appreciation for the sparkly things in life, and they all marched off to strike secrets out of old castles. Hey, Murray Chimes is up and running again. And then they just stared at it. Kinda hypnotic, isn't it? Galadglin was visited once by a woman cloaked in ivy. The spirit lay out 3 futures for Galadglin to pick from. After much negotiation, one was finally picked. I kind of like that, like something really significant like that we only get a hint of and we don't get to know what happened. I do think that that's a cool story beat for during the Years of Peace. Ineas added a new addition onto his house. It would be nice to finally have a dedicated trophy room. While out for an evening stroll, Cherry accidentally locked eyes with a forest squirrel. Their friendship would endure the passage of harsh winters and joyful springs. Hey, don't wrinkle your nose at me. You think my perfume's too strong? He has no idea what she's talking about. Ineas' Toro's son has reached adventuring age. Entall Toro has joined the Mothman's prophecy. Another hunter, huh? That's a shame. That's not what I would have picked. Well, it feels to me like Ambush is very good. Do we want to advance Ineas' transformation? No, absolutely not, right? We want him to be able to hold a wand. Okay, so we have a lot of materials, and we certainly want to... Am I allowed to save here? It looks like yes. Okay, you know what? Let's call it here for the moment, because this has gotten a little long. And I'm gonna, you know, do some math on what we can afford to upgrade to here in this screen. And when you come back next time tomorrow, I'll have some answers, and then we'll get into chapter 4. This one is, it's a long one. It does feel like it's taken a little bit of forever. Obviously, some of that is me failing at stuff and having to try again. But we're gonna get there. There's only 5 chapters. We're like 60% of the way done-ish, probably. So come back next time for, that. And we'll see you then.